Hello everyone, welcome to a review on the KV-1E Premium Heavy Tank, also known as the Shielded KV-1. So today I think I'm going to be showing you a game that represents this tank in a positive light. The KV-1E is a Russian heavy tank. This is a realistic battle. So this tank is ranked 4.0. I think it's a rank 3 vehicle. So it gives you, it might even be a rank 4. So it gives you bonuses all the way up to rank 4 or 5. One of the two. But yeah, I'm not going to go too much into statistics because you guys can check all that out in War Thunder Wikipedia or the War Thunder Garage. This video is going to show you the KV-1E in action, just to give you an idea of what it's like to drive this thing. I'm by no means an expert. I'm a level 31 in War Thunder, so I'm not an expert. I've been playing this game for less than a year, so I'll admit that. So you're going to see some mistakes, but hopefully this will give you an idea of how an average Joe would play KV-1E, or not necessarily play, but how they would get on with it. Like, will this tank work for you? Should I spend my money on this tank? Etc. Well, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what do you play War Thunder for? Do you play realistic battles? Do you play arcade battles? Do you play simulator battles? And then you need to ask yourself, what kind of nations do you like? Do you like to play everything? Do you like to play Russia? So if you like Russia, or you just play everything, and you like realistic battles, I would highly recommend this tank. I'm not going to speak for arcade because I don't play arcade. I don't enjoy it. I play realistic battles for both air and ground forces. So anytime I do a tank review or anything like that, it's going to be purely based on realistic battles. Personally, I learned how to play this game by playing arcade. Like, before I knew anything about War Thunder, I learned how to play in arcade because it was easier. But once I got my confidence up, I found there was a lot of things in arcade that I didn't like. More or less the way the tanks moved, I feel like they were really fast, and the aiming assist indicator and things like that, and you know the spotting system. And I'm not trying to complain. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it wasn't for me. So that's why I switched to realistic battles. And at first, even now, sometimes I don't know exactly what I'm doing perfectly, but I really enjoy myself. I think these battles, these realistic battles, are amazing. You see we get our first kill here into the side of that tank. One shot, one kill. But yeah, the reason why I like realistic battles is I just think they're like the closest thing to simulating, realism without making it unenjoyable. I used to play World of Tanks, and I feel like that game is way too arcadey. It just doesn't feel genuine. Whereas this game feels really genuine to me. One of the main examples that really drew me out of World of Tanks is you have a health bar. You see, we see an enemy Panzer IV over there, and he's turning around, so he knows we're here too. Take a shot, but it ricochets off. So we're going to try and get behind cover here. It looks like we got another tank up there. We're going to try and take this guy out quick before it turns into a 2-on-1. Just missed him there. Now remember that KV-1, because he's going to come back later in the video. Just remember that guy. But we still got to deal with this Panzer IV. See, he's blinding us with his MG there, which is actually a pretty good tactic. And once we take the shot, he comes out and tries to shoot us. But luckily, we angle the KV-1E, and you see him bounce off our tracks there, the side of our tracks. The armor on this tank is exceptional. But we've also bounced off him a couple times. There's another ricochet. I will admit, I'm not exactly hitting the good part of his tank. I'm hitting one of the strongest parts of his hull. You can see he bounces off us again. And he's got a 135 average pen on that gun. He's firing. And there we go, we knock him out. There was a Panzer IV there. So yeah, one of the reasons why I don't like World of Tanks is because you have a health bar and like tanks are invisible unless they're spotted, and you can only engage at like 500 meters. In this game, you can take shots from any distance, like 2 kilometers if you're good enough. And you have to like, there's so many more. I don't want to go into it, but basically, there's that KV-1E. It bounced right off his butt. That's the reason why I switched to War Thunder, is because I wanted more realism from my tanking, and I think Gaijin has done a great job. So we're trying to engage this KV-1E here, and as you can see, we're not really doing anything to him. So he's in the same tank we're in. We're fighting each other here. It's KV-1E versus KV-1E. And this just shows you how pathetic the gun is on the KV-1E. It actually has trouble penetrating itself in a one-on-one duel as we are doing here. I don't know the average pen, maybe 76 or somewhere around there millimeters. So it's not great. And there's no like APCR or special kind of rounds you can use, so that's always a problem. Yeah, I hope to bring you guys lots more videos now that I'm playing realistic battles, and we see an enemy tank rolling up on us here. Look, and we're still trying to repair. And look, I don't think he sees us. And he just gets blown up. Yeah, that was kind of funny, right? So yeah, that's hopefully that gives you guys background. Like, I came from World of Tanks, I started with War Thunder Arcade, and now I play only realistic battles. You see, we see some AA over here. Take a shot, get his commander and his loader. I should have put it into his hull there. That was actually not the greatest shot. Another one takes out the gunner. I think he's stopped there. Put another one into him, and that's target destroyed. So now we're going to go towards this KV-1E down here. So if you're playing War Thunder and you're watching me and you're thinking, oh, I don't like realistic battles, I highly suggest you give them a try, especially if you've only played arcade. Honestly, realistic battles are the best part of this game. So, in my opinion. So I highly recommend them to anyone watching this video. Please give them a try. You won't regret it. The KV-1E is a great beginner tank for realistic battles because you can take a lot of hits, and the damage is tracked there. You can take a lot of hits, and you can make it makes up for your mistakes. Like, if you make a mistake, the KV-1E can take the punishment most of the time, and you have a chance to correct or learn from your mistakes. So, if you guys are struggling with realistic battles, this is a great tank to get started with. And I do recommend those heavier tanks when you're playing realistic battles. Just kind of like go for the zones and kind of defend the zones. Heavier armor is more forgiving because you can absorb a little bit more punishment, and you don't really need the speed if you don't know what you're doing. You don't need the speed or mobility, you know. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, you may as well have some extra armor. So this was my starter tank. This is how I learned to play realistic battles in this thing. But look at what we're doing absolutely nothing to this guy, and I'm trying to put my shot into his MG port. I'm trying to get through his armor and just doing nothing. I'm just bouncing off this guy. Basically, I'm trying to think, like, what the hell am I going to do to this guy? Like, seriously, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot one over his head there, and then all of a sudden, you hear that? A friendly bomber comes in and just blows him up. And there's his body, is upside down. Look at that. And honestly, I was so thankful for that, because I didn't know what the hell I was going to do with that guy. He probably would have killed me. But yeah, I highly recommend this tank, KV-1E. Great for getting started in realistic battles. It's not the fastest tank. It's pretty heavy. It's basically a KV-1E, which is already a very heavy tank, and then they slapped on lots of extra armor. so it's even heavier. They didn't upgrade the engine or transmission or anything. It's just a good old KV-1 with some extra armor on there. Here we are trying to go up a hill. But yeah, this is what I hope to bring you guys with the videos. Basically, I choose matches that I think highlight the strengths and weaknesses of the tank that I'm trying to talk about in a good manner, and then I try to present those games to you guys in a entertaining way. So hopefully you're not bored to death right now. If you have any tips for me or anything, please leave a comment in the video. I'd appreciate it. I'm just getting started here. Also, I'm working full-time as a electrical apprentice, so I don't just do videos. I do work as well. Excuse me. So the enemy team is taking a beating here, and we're just trying to look for anyone to kill, really. We're trying to get some more points before the game ends. And this lumbering beast of a tank is not the best tank to be driving around at the end of the game, because it takes a very long time to get places, as you can see. And oh, there we go. Panzer IV. He's got commander, gunner, loader. He's completely screwed. Oh, non-penetration. See, we're actually having trouble getting through the front of a Panzer IV. Now, keep in mind, I'm not shooting it in the best spot, right? But this gives you an idea of how the KV-1